What would you say business owners should really be paying attention to when hiring a content marketing agency? Also, once again, in the age of AI.
Just have they done it before? Like, I think the cost of things now is so much in a good position where you can kind of prove that you know what you're doing without them being a client. Like, you can go and make a website and try it and get rankings for a website that isn't a client's one if you want to experiment and try and do something new. I think there's a lot of companies that are like, oh, we know how to use AI, and there's no real like proof that you do. You've not done it before. You've no testimonials to show that you've done it before. You've no processes that really show how to do it. Like, before I was talking about using AI with clients, I was just floating it on calls. By the way, I've been playing around with this. I think it makes this process better. Is that something you want to talk about?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I was getting clients saying the same things where they were just like, how Tim, are the robots going to come and take my job?
Yes.
I was like, no. Well, yes, but also no. Let's learn together. Like, it wasn't just, it felt so validating when I wasn't the only one that was like, no, they're going to come and take my jobs. I've got clients that are just like, are they legit going to come and take our jobs? It's like, okay, no, let's try and figure this out together. And I think it's, especially if you can see on social media, if you can see on LinkedIn in their posts that they're talking about their struggles with these things and how they've managed to make things work, then I think you're in a much better place than companies that just slap a powered by AI
Exactly. Yeah.
on their services. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. So then, Tim, what are the specific questions? Like, can you give me like specific clear-cut questions of what what business owners should be asking content marketing agencies, then like say the top 3 or whatever 5 questions, like this is what you need to ask to make sure that they actually know what they're doing when it comes to content marketing with AI?
So the main one that I would ask is, it's not to do with creating content.
Mm-hmm.
It's to do with updating content. And it's purely because this has got like twofold for me. Making new content is super sexy. Everyone, like, people will throw money at new content.
Yeah.
People, for whatever reason, won't throw money at content that they built before that isn't performing. But you've invested it in it already. It probably doesn't need much for it to actually like do the thing that you want it to do. So I would ask, like, how are you using AI to give you insights or quick wins for updating old content or underperforming content? I would ask, this is just a bit of a sneaky one, I think, from my side, because I think it means it shows that they're invested in like really learning more about different AIs.
Mm-hmm.
And I would ask, what have you experimented with that isn't ChatGPT?
Interesting.
Because it's very easy to just like get caught up in, oh, ChatGPT and this and this and this. And it's like, I mean, everything we've done with PenFriend is ChatGPT is great at the logic side of things. It writes pretty well, but Anthropic writes better. But neither of them really do the fact checking that we know that Perplexity does. And there's a couple of others that we're playing around with within the back end to just try and figure other bits out. And like, I want to know that you're invested in learning more things that aren't just ChatGPT.
Exactly. What do you think that says about them as an agency? Does that say like, okay, they're diligent in what they do, or they're innovative, or they're, forward thinking? I mean, what do you think that says specifically about them if they are using various types of AIs for their content marketing as opposed to just one?
I think it shows just a passion behind like learning these things and understanding, like, what if ChatGPT goes down and 90% of your processes are all in ChatGPT? It's like, okay, what would you put it into instead? You've got a deadline coming up. Like, how are you still going to get the work done? But also, it's more just a case of you're not just riding the trend that everybody else is riding. Like, it's not just I'm talking about ChatGPT because it's what gets impressions, it's what gets views and clicks on like my social media. It's like, no, it shows a much greater level of understanding of like unique knowledge that you have that I'm just, and like that unique knowledge comes from the work that you've done. And you've done that work because you're passionate about it. You want to really try and solve these problems. You're not just, like I said before, like slapping an AI, like powered by AI, on top of something because, oh, it makes the process a bit quicker.
Yeah, exactly. I think that definitely shows a sense of, passion, like really wanting to know how to work with this thing and do the best for your clients, right? At the end of the day.
Yeah. And they're the people that you can probably go to with, we've got this little project that we're working on, or this problem, what do you think is the right way to help this? And now you're problem solving together. It's a little bit more consultative rather than just, we use ChatGPT for content clustering, and it's like, okay, cool, yeah, same as everyone else.
I think it's quite tricky, actually. Sorry, I know we need to finish up soon, but I think it's quite tricky from some agencies maybe that kind of use things like we use AI and ChatGPT and stuff, sort of like buzzwords, to kind of trick people into buying their product, or service, especially for people that don't really know or understand what it's all about, right? So I think we still have a far way to go, but of course I do think that people like yourself and other people on LinkedIn and stuff really help to establish like what it is that you need to look for and what makes an agency or a consultant or any type of product or service that's using AI to help you with your content or marketing, whatever, to make it more credible, right? So yeah, I think that's the biggest thing.